Yo, what is going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be the second upload on the channel. Before I get into today's video, I want to just give a big thank you to all those that have watched the previous video. That was my first upload on the channel. It did really well. In my eyes, it got just over 400 views in 2 days, I think, at the time of recording. So again, a big thank you to those who supported that and watched that. That really means a lot to me. It's definitely given me some motivation to keep going with this channel, because the feedback I had was really good. Didn't have any negative feedback at all, and that's what I was sort of worried about a little bit. So yeah, let's keep it going. So today's video is going to be focused around the bench press and how to blow your bench press up or improve it for that matter. So I'm basically going to go over from where I started in the bench press to where I am now. Sort of similar to the previous video in terms of a transformation, but obviously this is focused on one lift. And the tips and tricks I use to basically increase it, because going from the start to now, again, like the previous video, I didn't really know what I was doing. So having a good program, good structure and good plan in place is the key to progressing. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Basically, for the first year of training, well, the first year and a few months, most of you that watched my previous video will know that's when I wasn't really training properly. So my bench press, I think the most I got up to do for one rep was around 80 kilos, I think, which is not great at all after about a year and a few months of lifting. But as I said, I wasn't really training properly or dieting properly, so I didn't know what I expected really. But at the time, I didn't know any better. It was only recently last year when we had that main lockdown in the UK that I proper focused on programming, as mentioned in my previous video, and increasing my bench press was one of the main parts of that. I train chest twice a week, being on Tuesday and Friday. So just to make it clear, I'm not going to be giving out a full workout split. This is just going to be focused on the bench press. So those of you that are running push-pull legs or a custom split, as long as you're benching twice a week with a 48-hour gap between the two sessions to make sure you're fully recovered, then that's fine. But I'm going to give you the bench program that I use to increase my bench press. So hopefully you out there that wants to increase their bench can try this out. Let me know in the comments if it worked for you. Make sure you give it some time though, because obviously you're willing to put time and effort into this for it to pay off. But it really worked for me, and hopefully it'll work for you guys. So let's get into the program. Okay, so the program runs on 4 sessions. So session 1, 2, 3, 4. Then after the 4th session, you'll repeat, obviously increasing the weight. So I'm going to put up on the screen now a screenshot of the program. If you want to pause the video, take a screenshot of this or note it down, however you want to save it, I would recommend to do so, but I am going to briefly talk over and explain it as well. So there's a screenshot there. With the first session being a 5x6, then we have the 4x8, 4x10 and 3x12. So basically what you want to do is do your stretching, make sure you stretch, that's really important. I used to get quite bad bicep tendonitis, so what I would do was just take a kilo dumbbell, 2 kilo dumbbell, and just do some light bicep curls just to get the blood moving, and then stretch my rotator cuff, things like that, just so you're properly warmed up. And then get into 3 warm-up sets, those warm-up sets being in the same rep range that you're going to do for that session. So if you're doing the 5x6, you do 3 warm-up sets with 6 reps. For me, what I use, because my max bench was 120 and still is at the time of testing, my warm-ups, I just put 2 20 kilo plates. So I warmed up with 60 kilos for all of them, but just do whatever is easiest for you. Pick a weight that you can rep comfortably just to warm up. You don't need to try and focus on lifting heavy in the warm-up, obviously. And then you'll be ready to get into the working sets. Now I understand that the working sets for the first go of this program might not work properly, as you might not know what your max is for, say, the different rep ranges, being the 6, 8, 10 and 12. So you might have to do some testing to figure out how much you can lift for those rep ranges. But once you can get those and you're comfortable with those, follow the program and make sure you drop those numbers down, because if you don't put the numbers down, then you're going to lose track of progress and then it's not going to work for you. So starting off with that 5x6, you run that on the first session. Then your next chest session, you do the 4x8, then the 4x10, then the 3x12. And then you repeat, obviously upping the weight each time. Basically, it's that simple, really. If you just stick to that program and proper focus on doing the bench at the start of the workout so you're not fatigued at all. And as I said, make sure you leave a 48-hour gap between each session you bench, just to get that proper recovery in, to ensure you're in a prime condition to be able to bench properly. And I can guarantee that you will see progress. Following that has really helped me, and it's something I still follow to this day. Not so much at home because I don't really have the weight to keep changing every week, but when I get back into the gym, I will be sticking to this plan as it worked for me. Just touching on the program to finish, just as an example, say the 5x6, your working sets were 82.5, 85, 87.5, 90, and 92.5. Then the next time you cycle around to the 5x6 session, you start on 85 and try and get 95 to finish. So you're going up in those 2.5 kilo increments. I just want to mention as well an extra few things you can do to help increase your bench press. Obviously, like I said, stretching beforehand, stretching your rotator cuff, and if you do get pain in your biceps, just do some light bicep curls just to get the blood flowing is really important. So when you go to bench, you don't feel stiff and in pain, because mentally that'll set you up for failure and you won't reach your potential. And another important part of a bench press, which people don't realise, is the triceps. Triceps are absolutely vital to a big bench, as when you're locking out and you come past that resistance point, you lock out with your triceps, and that power generated from them is what gets that bar to the moon and back. So properly training your triceps, I would say at least twice a week without a doubt. In the rep ranges of 8 to 12 in your sets, just proper go heavy with them as you should on all your training. But make sure you're working your triceps, as I said, on that lockout. They are really, really important to having a big bench. So if you train your triceps, if you're following the program properly, and make sure you get enough rest between each sessions, I can guarantee you your bench will increase. Because I wasn't training it properly. Like I said, I didn't have a program, and I wasn't really pushing myself to lift as heavy as possible. So following this, you'll definitely get results. And if you do, drop them in the comments below or message me on Instagram. My Instagram is James_Mackin00. It'll be in the description and in my YouTube banner also, because I'd love to hear the progress, guys. So give this a go and let me know how it goes. I just want to quickly end off by saying thank you all again for the support I've had. At the time of filming, I think I'm on 47 subscribers, and as I said, that video got about 400 views in the first 2 days, and I've had countless messages from people that I know and people that I don't know, supporting me and saying how good of a video it was. Obviously, in terms of editing and production, it wasn't the best quality because it was my first go really, but I am trying to improve, and I think the only way to improve really is just to get stuck in and get content out. So I'm going to try and get the best content out there for you that are watching my videos. I just want to give a quick shout out as well to Kian. I'll pop his Instagram on the screen now. I'll leave his links as well in the description to his YouTube and his Instagram. He's a top guy. I've been following him for just over a month now. His videos came up on my recommended. He only has a few videos up, but those videos that are up so far are really informative and they're really relatable for a lot of people out there. They're really relatable to me when I first started trying to bulk up, trying to gain knowledge, etc. And he's a top lad, so make sure you go check him out, because I reckon in the future we'll definitely have some content together. We've been speaking back and forth, and yeah, he's a top lad, so make sure you go check him out. I also didn't want to just release this video just as a sort of sit down video, as I did that as my first one. There's only so much I can sort of film at the minute with being in lockdown and not having a proper gym and too much equipment at home. So I've got some old workout footage that I've piled together with some music in the background that I'm going to run to finish the video, just so you guys have something different to watch. If you do like this video, drop a like below, hit subscribe and turn the notifications on so you're notified when I next upload. As I said before, guys, there's going to be a lot coming because I'm really passionate about this, so I'm going to put my all into it and just see where it goes. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments below because I'd love to answer them. But without further ado, let's run the workout.